So, some of you in my head are wondering what I do or how I maintain very slightly above average body composition. And unfortunately for you, I have time, so let's talk about it. I'm going to go over today what I did in the garage, which was sets of bench and then some stuff with the resistance bands. I did have to get a membership to Planet Fitness, but as you probably know, they are limited on free weights and, oddly enough, like calf raise machines. But that's a different day. So I have that. So this isn't everything that I do, obviously, but this is what I do to compensate for what I can't do at Planet Fitness to maintain and like sort of get myself towards those goals that I have for myself. I'm trying to bench within 185 to 225, somewhere in there every time I do it, depending on like how I'm feeling. So I will do a smaller set of 135, so just 45s on each side, which is easy and comfortable, just to make sure that I don't have any extra tension somewhere, that I didn't realize that something wasn't like recovered enough. And that's just based on like how I feel compared to how I felt the last time I worked out. So like if it's tighter, then I know I probably need to be a little more cautious with it. If it feels really good, then I can go up to the higher weight sets. And today I do have a little bit of tightness left from the last time I exercised, so I had to do a slightly smaller set. But the whole goal of what I do is I want to do at least four, really at least three, but four minimum on the reps. And I don't want to be able to do more than like 10 to 12 of the reps per set, because I'm trying to get like the most economic resistance that I can. So if I push it super hard and I do a lot of weight, I can only get like 1 or 2 reps, I'm burnt out for like 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and then I can maybe do one more of those, and then I have to come down anyway. And I'm not getting that time under that resistance, so that I'm not getting the progress, I'm not getting the results that I want to do. The work is not the work that I'm trying to put into it, it's a different kind of work. So I will lower the amount, and I will just slightly more. And I don't want to do too little, right? Because if I just did the bar, yeah, I could do 50 reps of the bar. But for me to concentrate and make sure that I'm using the right muscles, if it's too lightweight, I'm not focused, I'm not paying attention, and it's hard to get that sense of what muscles are contracting and like how they're working. And if I do too heavy of a weight, I'm struggling too hard, and I am pulling work from other muscles that I'm not trying to. So I have to be within that middle range and then get as much time and attention as I can to get the progress that I'm trying to do. So I have, and then depending on how I feel is how many sets I'll do. And I won't go down lower than initially that cautious set that I was talking about. I won't go down lower than that. So I won't go down lower than 135, but I will start a little higher and work my way down to there, maintaining within that range. So I'm still using that certain amount of effort, right? So I maintain that effort, but I use it stepping down in different weights, right? I'm sure that makes sense. So we'll see that going through this, and it's just a handful of bench press and then some low flies. They're not like, you'll see the angle, and that's just what I wanted to do here, and that will complement what I'll do at the gym with the machines and the dumbbells that they have there, which if you go to Planet Fitness, you know, is not a lot. I mean, they have enough. It's worth $10 a month for sure. Like, I'll make fun of it, but for $10, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. So let's watch. as you can see, I don't always touch my chest. What I'm doing to me feels enough, right? Like I'm not going to competition, so it doesn't matter as much. Um, I'm just trying to maintain the form and feel the tension that I expect to feel. And I'm paying attention to that stuff more than I am, hey, did I hit my chest? Am I breaking 90 degrees, right? I mean, I do break 90 degrees, like with my elbows, but it's not necessary. Like if I, depending on like how I feel and the amount of effort that I have, I know how much I can put it back up, right? And I know how many more reps that I have based on just experience. So if you don't have experience with whatever exercise you're doing, then it's really important to like pay attention to those cues so that next time you know what's going on and you're not close to causing yourself any damage, or you don't want to get any injuries. One, because they fucking blow, but two, you don't want to get injured because it's going to limit what you can do later. And if you have like kids or a life, what are you gonna do with a fucked up back, right? Yeah. But no, that was the sample set I did to make sure that I wasn't injured, or didn't feel anything weird. Obviously, I didn't, and I didn't do a full set, so I just moved on to the second one. So now here's the second one. It's a little heavier. As you can see, there's more effort into it. I'm doing all that I can. I know that I can get that last one, and it's gonna suck, but I can get it. And if I try to do one more, even if I come down like halfway, I know that I'm not gonna be able to get it back up. I can feel that. And yeah, I have had the safety bars there. Do I want to use them? No. No, I don't. But I can. I haven't had to before, like ever. I don't remember a time in like the last 10 years where I've used a spotter or needed the safety bars, but I've always had the safety bars, just because you never know. But like, that's just how cautious I am when it comes to this. Like, I could push it and I could do more and I could progress faster, but that increases the risk and that's just not worth it to me. So what you see here is you got those I think maybe 4 or 5, probably 4 reps that I did, and like, that's a good effort for me. But if I try to do this weight again without resting for enough time, I'm not gonna get a decent set. I might get 2, maybe 3, but then I'll get closer to that injury zone, and I'm not super interested in that, right? So I'll do the 4. If I can barely get 4, I will lower the weight. If I can get 4, if I can get 5, and it's not super crazy hard, and then I'll leave the weight there and I'll keep going until 4 is difficult or I can't get 4. And I can always compensate later in a easier set with the time. Like, I can do that, and I do that, right? But it's not what I want to start with. Okay, so on this third set, it's basically just like the other ones, right? I'm just progressing with the amount of effort, and then, and I'm just maintaining the amount of effort that I'm putting into each set, but progressing as I need to. And here you can see that I notice I'm not getting in the form that I want, and I'm not getting in the, and I'm not gonna get in any more reps. But I didn't want to give up on the effort part. So if you look at it, you'll see that I didn't come down as far as I had been going down, because I knew that if I came down further, I'd get stuck and then I'd probably be done for a little bit, and I don't want that. So I just came down low enough to get that resistance so I could push it back, and then I waited. And I came back down and went even, and I used less range of motion on that last rep, but I still wanted to get that effort in because I didn't want to go down in weight, because I know next set I'm going to be going down in weight, and I don't want to misuse the opportunity to get some extra training in here. So it's okay to do the partial reps, right? You're putting in the effort. Are you getting as much range out of it? No. Are they as effective? Arguably not, right? Does that, is that measurable? Not short term. Anyone who says it is, they're full of shit, right? Put the effort in, and then you will get the results. If that's not the result you want, change the effort or change the format of it so that you can work towards that progression that you need. Okay. Okay, and this fourth one, it's similar to the third one. I don't remember if I changed weight or not. I probably did. And trying to change the angles to figure out what works because I'm not used to doing this. The clicking that you hear is my dog Cujo walking around. And the popping is my old age because I'm old. Yeah, so again, I'm just trying to maintain that rep range and moving forward with it. Okay, so here's where I started to switch what format that I'm doing, and it's not necessarily that I'm changing the style, it's that I'm trying to get the best of both training styles and like the weight versus the amount of reps that you can do. So here, the weight's down, right? It's not hard. I could probably do a few more of this if I went faster, but I slowed down because I'm trying to stretch out these muscles a little bit and hold it, and I'm trying to condition that pause into it so that as I work out throughout the months, the years, that part gets easier, and then I'm reaching those muscle fibers that really strain there in hopes that like I'm doing everything as effectively as I can. So yeah, I could do a little bit more with the reps, but I'm exchanging that effort into time under tension and a stretch so I can do both. Right? This is not going to get you benching 350 pounds. This style is going to get you that growth. So I like the strength portion of it and I like the growth portion of it. And instead of getting one or the other, I'm trying to mesh them, and I don't need an extreme strength and I don't need an extreme size. So I'm just kind of putting them together and I'm getting most of both of them. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so here in the sixth one you see kind of like a combination of it. I know this is my last set, so I'm gonna change it again a little bit. So slowly lower it some more, and instead of pausing, I push up a little harder. And one is because I'm fucking tired and my chest is like getting burnt out, so I'm just trying to get it done. But also I want to get in as much work as I can, because 5 sets and how I do them with the rest that I do is enough. This extra one is just extra, for me anyway, for whatever I want to do. So what you don't see is that between each set, I'm resting like 45 seconds to a minute, right? I'm not doing a whole lot of resting because it's not economical for me. Right? Like, I've got things to do. I can't be spending all the time doing. That's kind of why I have the gym in the garage, because I don't want to spend the time driving to the gym and then driving back. I would rather organize it in a way where I can get most of it done, and then I would take a couple days out of the week to work on the accessories and then just the extra that I can get out of this at the gym. So that's what you see here. So I just went and watched the bands. It's not worth showing you. It's just more of the same stuff, just some exercises. Really, like, what I wanted to get across was like the formatting of the program that I have for me, and it's not going to be the same as for most people, right? Some people have different goals, right? I just have very specific goals for me. Thanks for watching. If you comment or whatever, just let me know. There are other things I can talk about. I can describe these in a more nuanced fashion, or answer questions or whatever. Maybe what I said like sounds super fucked up and didn't come across right. Maybe it's good. Just whatever.